My husband and I caught Bad Omens live in Düsseldorf, Germany, while they were playing some shows in between European festivals in the summer of 2026. The opener was Bill Murray, whom we completely missed because all 3 trains that we had to take in order to get to the venue were late. We live in Frankfurt and the show was in Düsseldorf. But we made it in time to catch Bad Omens' full set, which, by the way, we've seen before. They played the exact same set with the exact same interludes back in October in Oberhausen. And even with one of the same openers, Bill Murray. Despite it being a repeat, it was a blast. The first show was so good, so I was happy to see it again. They opened with Spectre, which I think is just the perfect opener for a band with their vibe. Noah Sebastian, their frontman, was the first to walk out on stage, and he sung to the keyboard backing track with tons of reverbs, creating his vocals. Afterwards, the band came out for the second verse and filled out the stage. Then, for the second chorus, the song picked up and all the effects came on. It was great. After Spectre, they turned on pyrotechnics for one of their old songs, Glass Houses. And then The Drain from Concrete Jungle, which I think was a weird pick for a third song since the energy level drops a bit for this one. And then they played their masterpiece, The Death of Peace of Mind. When they played this one live, they played this long, interesting instrumental intro before the song, which I adore. It's so good. I wish they had it on the album, maybe at least as an interlude. My first complaint about the show is here. Sometimes Noah's falsetto doesn't come across quite right live. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe there's too many effects on his vocals that something gets muddied in the mix. It comes up again on Like a Villain later in the set. But overall, he sang well, and the breakdown on Death of Peace of Mind was incredible live. The guitar tone sounded like gold. I almost wish it lasted longer. They also played Artificial Suicide, and just like last time, they went into this song with this elongated intro where Jolly, their guitarist, riffs by himself in the center of the stage before the song fully starts. Noah's screams on this song were also noticeably higher in pitch. On the record he does a mid, but here it sounded almost like a high. this is not a complaint, this is just an observation. It sounded good. Then they went into Violence Against Nature, which is kind of weird live, to be honest. Noah sings to a backing track of Poppy, who is featured on the studio version, and it just doesn't work for me. I almost wish they just put Noah's vocals front and center with Poppy's vocals underneath, or maybe they would just, skip this song altogether. It's just so weird to see Noah standing center stage and singing to a female backing track, which is kind of mixed louder than he is. However, it was his vocals on the breakdown, and that sounded cool. They also played Anything More Than Human, which is one of my favorite songs. Last time when we saw them playing this song, the vocalist from one of the openers, Ghost Inside, did the screams on the breakdown. On the recording, it's the vocalist from the band Era. However, this time Noah did all the screams by himself. I liked it, and I was so happy there was no backing track. They also changed the vocals a bit for the third chorus. Afterwards, they played What Do You Want From Me? And it's a little difficult to describe, but on the outro, they struck a really interesting, good vibe, and several people in the audience were moving along to the song, and this part of the show kind of felt more like a rave, not like a metal concert, but it worked. Towards the end, they played the hit, Just Pretend. And unlike before, Noah just nailed his falsetto parts. This song just sounds great live, and I like that the guitarist sings harmony on the chorus. It was on this song, though, it became clear that Noah was tired. There were some notes he didn't hold all the way until the end, and he dropped out of the chorus a couple of times and let Jolie take over. Then they closed with Impose. They gave it a big ending that struck another cool vibe like What Do You Want From Me did. They also added a bunch of screams that sounded amazing that weren't on the studio version. It was a great closer, and they finished with confetti blasting the audience. Overall, the show was great. We could hear everything well, the drums sounded crisp, Noah's vocals were great overall. Both the guitarist and the bassist did a great job doing backup vocals. Plus, the production was excellent, and those lasers, they made quite an impression on me. There was an encore, and reportedly they played Dethrone, but we had to miss it because we had a train to catch. And the train was 20 minutes late, so probably we could see the encore, but we didn't. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in my next videos. Bye!